All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, the voice sitting in with us. Hook, I'm Mark on the board. And now, I think we can finally get started with Miss Kathleen Moscow, who is the author of a book called Back Surgery for 2012. And there's a follow-up I know that's in the works for sure.
Right.
And how are you?
Great. How about you guys?
We're doing fine. Listen, anytime you can get us Motley Crue talking to Playboy models, we're doing fine.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's the testosterone here.
Probably. There's a lot of testosterone in this room right now.
Yes, there is.
Well, welcome back. It's been a while since we chatted with you.
Right.
Lots been going on for you since we last chit-chatted.
A lot.
Bring us up to speed on a couple of things.
Well, because I had my back surgery,
right.
I've been able to fulfill some of my singing dreams. I sang an oratorio, Judas Maccabeus,
okay,
a weekend or two ago, and I'm going to be singing with Bocelli.
Wow.
It's backup. It's not a duet or anything.
Right, backup. That's okay. But you shared the stage with him.
Exactly. I'm going to share the air.
Cool.
Yeah. The Saturday after Thanksgiving
nice.
At the MGM Grand.
Once again, we meet someone who touches greatness, Cash.
I'll tell you, we're just... we're like an octopus.
Yeah.
You guys can rub elbows, too.
We can't sing worth a lick, so we'll have to just come down and admire from a distance.
We can hum.
We can hum, yes.
I almost had heart failure when I found out.
Congratulations. That's great.
You.
That's great. So last time we met, you were planning and hoping to get involved with Dr. Smith and the center and really help spread the message.
Absolutely.
That was the hopeful stage when we first met.
Right.
But since then, you went on a 2-week odyssey back in September through Cyprus.
Actually, it was a week, whirlwind week.
It was what seemed like 2 weeks.
It did.
Nice recovery.
Well, because we met for discussions about radio and stuff about a couple of days before you left, maybe a week before.
Right.
So I think in my head, that's why I'm thinking 2 weeks.
Yeah, because I wanted to know what to set up and what to really investigate.
Mm-hmm.
And really, there was so much going on, I couldn't assimilate it all. It was just absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. So what took you out there? What was the purpose for going there?
I was invited to go out so that I could learn about the AIMIS facility. And AIMIS is the American Institute for Minimally Invasive Spine Surgeries.
Okay.
And a lot of people are asking me why Cyprus, and it's because of the quality of their healthcare system there, plus the fact that they can do it so like 60% cheaper there than they can in the States. So if people, say, are denied insurance for whatever reason or cannot meet qualifications, they can then, if they qualify in other ways, they can go to Cyprus and have this life-changing surgery done.
Wow, we're so used to hearing stories about people from foreign countries coming to the U.S. Because of the great treatments that are available through some of the fine medical institutions here. It's interesting to hear the other way around.
Right. It is. And this facility is state-of-the-art. It's only been open 2 years, but it touts some of the most interesting facts I've ever heard from a medical facility. First of all, and I want to get this right out up front, it's been open for 2 years and it has a 0% infection rate.
You want to say that again?
Let me reiterate, a 0% infection rate. And that's just phenomenal.
It is.
It's I was speechless, and that's hard for me to be. That plus the tour that I got started at the beginning, and it looks like I don't know, a library or something at an educational facility. It doesn't look like a hospital, and when you walk through those doors, it certainly doesn't smell like a hospital either.
Right.
Which in and of itself is enough to welcome you further in. It's a green facility, which means 80% of what they do and how they operate is it takes into consideration like the geothermal heat. The little blinds on each one of the windows has a sensor so that direct sunlight never comes through the windows. They have the bathrooms that were shipped in were in modular form, so there's no sharp corners within the bathroom itself. So if by some chance you fall or have lose your grasp, you're not going to get hurt. Just some of the things, I can't even remember all of this stuff, but one of the nice things, my family wasn't able to stay with me comfortably in the hospital here, but they have provisions where the food and the bed is available for one visitor per patient in the room.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they really take care of not only the family, but the patient,
Right.
but the family as well.
Yeah, they do.
Cool.
Yeah, they do.
It's really good because if you're in a situation where you're going to be hospitalized for more than a day, and it's really it's special to have somebody close to you that can stay with you.
Well, it just makes it more comforting in terms of your recovery, especially if you're thousands of miles away from home and you go to Cyprus from the States for this procedure. You need as much familiarity around you, I would think, even just to speed up your recovery.
Well, and one of the things is most of this is outpatient procedures. What I had done, I had to stay in the hospital 2.5 days or 2 and a few hours extra. But he's got it down to a science, or these surgeons have it down to a science, pardon the pun, that that they get them out the door in hours. Less than 24 hours,
Right.
unless they have complications.
Right.
And what's really cool is some of these surgeons, now there's like 30 plus surgeons that go on a rotation basis, and they have subspecialties. They're neurosurgeons, but they also have some subspecialties. And when I was there was a neurosurgeon there who also subspecializes in tumors and cysts on the spine. And I overheard a conversation with the family members, and they were just thrilled to know that he took care of it within minutes. And this patient had suffered for a very long time with this.
Well, let's put that in perspective. I mean, you're talking about a procedure that, as you said, they have it down to a science and can almost get somebody in and out in 24 hours.
Right.
For us here in the States, that's like an ACL tear fix as an outpatient, through laser, which my daughters have had, and you're in and out in a couple hours.
Right.
That type of procedure that you're talking about that's being done in Cyprus, if that was being done here in the States, how long would somebody be held up in the hospital or...
Depending on the doctor.
Sure.
Because Dr. Smith does do those surgeries here in the States as well, and he gets them out the door really quick. But what I think you're asking is the traditional method versus the minimally invasive method. And when you have the minimally invasive method done, first of all, it's better for an older patient, and it's also better for obese people because it reduces a great amount of risk.
Okay.
One of the reasons is because instead of cutting through all of your body muscle and taking, in some instances, through the traditional method, you have to take out organs in order to get to that area. They now can pull apart your muscles through some small incisions in your side and go in through the side. And I lost 3 tablespoons of blood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And I had 6 levels fused. That was just on my lower back.
Right.
I think back to, the 60s and 70s where if you were in the hospital for any type of back surgery at all, you were looking at a month in the hospital.
Right.
A month before
Right.
you could even consider going into any type of rehab.
Right.
And that was supposedly razor edge
Yes.
technology at the
yeah.
time.
One of the comments that Dr. Smith had sent to me in an email was that oftentimes their cure was worse than their disease.
Mm-hmm.
And he has made it his life's work to minimize that. And Dr. Smith and these other surgeons are the cutting edge.
Mm-hmm.
They often will do surgeries over in Cyprus that are not performed here in the United States. And then with the success rate that they have, they bring it back and present it to the FDA for approval.
Mm-hmm.
After the surgery.
Well, depending on whom they operate on
Right.
and where they're from, they operate from a patient on patients from all over the world. There happened to have been a couple of patients. One was from the Arab Emirates.
Right.
There at a particular week. Saudi Arabians, Russians. You know, these are people who come seeking relief. And some of the only way they can get relief is through Cyprus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So how does one, let's say one has a bulging disc,
Okay.
compressed disc, how would somebody go about, getting themselves on the list to get it taken care of through them?
Well, one of the things that they like is they have a procedure, and Dr. Smith will do, or someone will do a free comprehensive MRI review. And that's sent to Cyprus and through Cyprus, and then given to the surgeons to review. And it's not just one surgeon that reviews it. A few of them review it to see what procedure might be necessary, and then they go about authorizing, or not authorizing, but telling them this is what I think you need, the diagnostic part of it, and then there's a procedure of how they go about getting all the steps, and that can be found on AIMISSPINE.com, AIMISspine.com.
Mm-hmm. And it's on your website.
It is.
KathleenMoscow.com
Correct.
under each of your postings. So the link is there.
Right.
As I have your website up in front of me, your blog. Where do you have a link on there as to where your pictures are? Were you not putting them on the website?
You know what? I would love to put my pictures up. Unfortunately, my computer is so old, and it's on its last leg.
It's blinking like mine.
It,
Yeah, that's
it
right.
is.
12 o'clock,
It's
12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Oh, that's the VCR.
It's actually on life support right now as we speak, but I can't. My pictures are in HD, and I can't download them.
Oh, so they're not in a regular JPEG file or anything
No.
like that. Oh, they need to be converted.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Get it back. I lost it. So let's have that again. AIMIS Stein.
AIMIS Spine.
Spine.
www.AIMISspine.com.
Gotcha.
Kind of like our aim is spine.
Right. Our AIMIS Spine. Got it.
See?
Nice.
I got to translate for him.
God, that's something like that.
Nice.
Something really cool happened to me a few weeks ago. I got an email from a gentleman named Alan who said that he found my book on Amazon and purchased it and read it and was so thrilled because he actually lives here in Vegas and made an appointment to see Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith operated on him last week, and he is thrilled for the first time in a very long time to be out of that type of pain.
Wonderful.
And that empowers me enough to come to radio shows and talk about my book and to keep writing the update.
Sure.
Now I'll have a 2013 version,
Right.
which will incorporate some of the stuff about AIMIS and the new technology, and I'd like to get into that maybe next time.
Well, actually, what we'll do is we'll step aside for a break.
Okay.
And then when we come back, let's touch a little bit about what your next book will be about, and how people can get your current book right now.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
You're listening to Kathleen Moscow here on Vegas Unwrapped, author of Back Surgery for 2012, A Patient's Perspective, with Phillips and Cash. Hawkeye Mark on the board. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The glitz and glamour of this strip. The sound of the slot machines has visitors dreaming of fortunes. Winners, losers, newlyweds, golden anniversaries. Just a Getaway has you coming to Las Vegas to experience Nirvana. Hey, Cash, let me ask you a question. Of all the casino employees that greet you with a smile, who has their finger on the pulse of Las Vegas?
Gotta be the doorman.
That's it, the casino doorman Under the Neon Sky. A Las Vegas doorman story was authored by our friend Jay Rankin, who spent 6 years as a doorman at the MGM Grand Casino after moving to Vegas from Connecticut. Jay shows us life as a hotel ambassador through his own personal experiences. Not only does he take us and the readers behind the Wizard's curtain at the MGM, but how Las Vegas's vices can take its toll on those who live and work in Sin City. Go to www.jayslasvegas.com right now and download Chapter 1 for free of Under the Neon Sky, and then guess what? You are going to be hooked. Purchase Under the Neon Sky also online at Amazon.com. Did you do that too?
I certainly did.
Barnes & Noble?
I know where it is.
Do you have an ebook application?
No, I don't.
Well, you better get one, because you can visit www.jayslasvegas.com to learn more about Under the Neon Sky. Download Chapter 1 for free, buy the book, and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Ray Vincent, founder of Vincent Mortgage Group, the name you know and trust.
And I'm Sean Vincent, president.
Announcing the new IntelliRate loan exclusively from Vincent Mortgage.
We're offering historically low interest rates in the 3s.
Seize the moment now. I have customers all the time telling me they should have called sooner, so don't wait.
We've dropped our mortgage payment roughly $4,000 per month. That's $50,000 a year in savings, so that's a dramatic change for us. You know, we've got 4 kids. We've got 2 in college and 2 behind them, so we needed to get our mortgage payment down dramatically.
Call us first, call us last. It doesn't matter. We have the best rate in town. Ask for IntelliRate, the intelligent choice.
Vincent Mortgage invites residents of Missouri, Illinois, Kansas, Arkansas, and Colorado to GoSeeRay.com. 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 License number MC0001590 NMLS number 225095.
Hi, I'm Lucy from LucyVegas.com. And no, I'm not just a 3D cardboard cutout. I'm really the girl who finds the best shows, the coolest restaurants, and hosts the hottest events with my Lucy Vegas girls. Not to mention the best deals and free giveaways. I love deals and free giveaways. Who doesn't? Just go to LucyVegas.com, the #1 website for deals in Las Vegas. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, and YouTube. LucyVegas.com.
All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped in the Relax the Back segment. Something came up during break you want to mention?
Yeah, I want a little shout out. I want to give a shout out to Michael in Charlotte, who I met last week.
Who's Michael?
Lois's husband.
Lois's husband.
And he's going to be listening. He is listening.
The plot thickens.
I was going to say, we got to get him on the phone when we do the segment.
Well, I was sort of hoping that would work out.
Michael, 702-479-5254. Listen for your cue to call. Or you can Skype in if you know how to Skype. Does he know how to Skype, Lois? All right, well, if you know how to Skype, you can do Tunes and Talk, because that'll make it even more interesting.
That'll be part of the famous second hour.
All right. Anyway, good job.
Back to the
I wonder if that's him in
back to the back.
There you go.
I like it.
Back to front, back to the front back. I wonder if that's him in the chat room that has the blank, not the blank, but the generic code in there. Because I have one generic code in there. I don't know who it is because they didn't sign it with their name.
Right.
But Radar's out there. Radar says hello.
Okay.
And your son is in the chat room.
Uh-oh.
Brian.
Uh-oh.
Yes. He was he found your comment about being speechless, rather hysterical.
I'm
Just
sure he
thought
did.
I'd share that with you. Anyway, let's talk about the new book. You've got a follow-up to the 2012 book, which is now available on Kindle.
It is,
Right.
and Amazon,
And Amazon.
in paperback.
Okay.
Right.
And it's a very easy read, folks. It's not a hard book. Sometimes paperbacks, they shrink the book. It's, like microscopic print. It's a very simple. That's why
Big magnifying
right,
glasses.
exactly. It's a very simple read, so it's an easy read. But go ahead. Let's
Thank
talk
you.
about your new book.
Well, what I intend to do with the follow-up, the revised edition, is add some more commentary. I guess I'm getting more feedback about the feelings I was having, the emotions. I gave a lot of the medical information, but I didn't give the emotional stuff that goes along with the healing process. And also, I wanted to add an entire chapter about Cyprus and the innovations that are, whatever Dr. Smith has done to me is already obsolete. But I'm grateful that for whatever he did to me, he's also learned from that experience and taken it forward, which is just awesome.
Kathleen, I'd like to take this back a little bit because
Okay.
perhaps there was some people who are listening to you now who did not catch your first show.
Sure.
All right. So
Sure.
in a thumbnail, what the hell happened to you?
Actually, I was told, and not just by Dr. Smith, nobody ever really told me, but I was born with a compensatory scoliosis, and that means a double S curve. I had two very distinct curves. One was a 42-degree curve, and the other one was a 48-degree curve. Problem is, I fell at a work-related injury, and it took me 7.5 years to get workers' comp to agree that that was part of the claim. And in the meantime, the deterioration of my back was just magnanimous. So by the time my injury actually was December 2nd of 1999, my surgery was May 28th of 2010.
Wow.
So for 11 years, folks, this lady went through pain that most people couldn't take for about a half hour.
Right. Right. And unfortunately, because it was in litigation and a workers' comp claim, no doctor would give me any prescribed medication. Even my own general practitioner said, you can come to me for a cold, you can come to me for an appendicitis attack, but don't ask me for anything for your back.
Jeez.
So I had a friend who happened to have been a pharmacist, and he sat me down and he said, here's what we're going to do. And he helped me work out over-the-counter medication so that it didn't kill my liver and my kidneys. And I am so grateful to Michael Madgar for having done that, because without Michael, I could have had permanent damage to both of those organs,
Wow.
which I do not have any.
Wow. That's wonderful.
It's an amazing story, folks. I would say that if you don't read the book, you're missing out on a real life situation. Fiction doesn't get any better than this.
Well, I have to add, too, that the cover of the book, and I didn't put this in the book, but I will on the revised edition, the front cover is actually the before picture of the lower lumbar curve, and the back that has the fixed picture of my
before and after.
The before and the after.
Right.
Those are actually my Xrays. So
This front cover, folks, when you look at it, if you remember the movie Alien, right, when he jumps out of the guy's stomach and he walks across the bar, or maybe that was in Spaceballs, but in either case, it looked exactly like this, and it's the scariest thing that I've seen in an X-ray, and then to see it in the back, it's just like
It's night and day.
it is a true medical miracle.
it
Now,
is.
anybody who's listening or will listen on a podcast who is considering back surgery or has issues with their backs and they want to get in touch with you to just almost have a consultation with you,
Absolutely.
how can people get in touch with you?
They can call me at 702-538-2269. That's my cell phone. and I will talk to them and advise them how to get in touch with Dr. Smith, or they can call Dr. Smith's office directly, which is 702-737-1948. And they'll need to ask for Valerie, who is at extension 242. She's his assistant, and she'll be able to direct them as to what they need to bring in for their appointment with him.
Follow the journey on KathleenMosco.com, KathleenMosco.com. There's a ton of updates on there through her journey through this, really from the beginning of the procedure and current updates. You can get her on Twitter at Kathleen Moscow, and her email's on the website as well. So I would, I've spent some time off the air with Kathleen. We've chatted, and it is a remarkable story. And there's no fear in her voice when talking about the procedure or advising someone else about the procedure because of experience.
And that's a really good point that you're bringing up, Aaron, because there's no question if there is a surgical procedure that evokes more scary thoughts than back surgery.
Absolutely.
You got to find it for me, because that one scares the Jesus out of you. And that's really a scary thought.
Well, one of the things that is the big elephant in the room all the time is, will I be paralyzed afterwards? And I can address that now if you want me to.
Sure.
There is a unit. It's like the next generation EEG that Dr. Smith uses, and it's diodes that he puts all over your legs. A technician puts all over your legs before you go into surgery, so that he knows in actual real time what nerves he's touching. So the likelihood of damage to nerves that would render you unable to walk, the risk is low.
Very low.
I won't say guaranteed,
Right.
but because there's no guarantees within surgeries.
Right.
But
Absolutely. Well, that's good to hear for anybody that is considering it. And, whether you do it here or it sounds like the best bet is to get on a plane and go to Cyprus and get it done.
I wonder if Medicare will take care of that.
Well, yeah, right. Who knows? Who knows? Certainly contact Kathleen and get your options really talked about. Have someone who's been there, done that, kind of share your thoughts and concerns, and Kathleen will answer your questions to the best of her ability. And if not, like she said, you set up a consultation with Dr. Smith, and you'll know your who's and what's for.
he does need a current MRI, a 1 year or less old, so that he can do that the MRI review.
Gotcha.
But if they call in again to the office, 702-737-1948, extension 242, and ask for Valerie, they should be able to get the information that they need of what to send. And hopefully I can further discuss more about what Cyprus is all about soon.
Absolutely. We'd love to do that. We'd love to stay on top of it with you as time progresses. And quite frankly, we'll have you back after you sing with Bocelli.
Oh, that'd be
to
awesome.
share that experience.
That's awesome.
Kathleen, thanks for coming up tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you
as well as
so
your
much.
flexibility in this first
No
hour for
problem.
flip-flop and everything. We appreciate it.
Great seeing you again, for sure.
It is. It's been fun.
Absolutely. All right, we're closing in on the top of the hour. Hawkeye, let's go a few minutes early. Is that all right? All right. Hour one is in the books already. Hour two, boy, we got a lot to talk about in hour two before we even get to This Is Your Life, Mr. Cash.
Yeah, we've got a couple of new things coming in.
Yes, we do. And now we've got more time on our hands in the next hour.
That'll work out.
You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped with Phillips and Cash. Hawkeye Mark on the board. Don't go anywhere. Hour two up next. We'll be right back.